in all honesty, I'm going to start promoting Stephon Marbury as my new favorite player in all-time NBA history. What's good, y'all? It is your boy Derrick Gradenigo. We are back again for another video. You know you gotta like, subscribe, share the channel, do all that. Make sure you hit the notification bell, ding ding, so you can get these notifications so you can check out the videos soon as they come in. Soon as they come in, y'all. That's how you gotta watch them. Boom. Soon as you see them, get them fresh, hot, get it in your brain. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to see, and we do it. Look, I know you saw the title, so I need to address what's going on. I need to address it because I am an NBA fan from way back who has lost love for the NBA. This is the truth. I came up in a time where my favorite player was Dominique Wilkins back in the day. A lot of y'all may not know that. It was Dominique, Michael J. You know, I used to like Hakeem Olajuwon back in the 90s. All that good time. But somewhere down the line, the whole situation changed and the NBA turned into a cash cow. Whereas before, you literally are out here rooting for people with all your heart, all your might. The players would fight each other because it meant something. Your time, effort, cash, dollar wasted meant something. Now, these players are more like politicians in DC, where you're spending your hard-earned cash, you're getting nervous, you're fighting, you're angry at the outcome, and they're partying in the club together after. I completely have lost all interest in the actual NBA product. But along these lines, somehow or another, I wound up stumbling upon a documentary about a gentleman named Stephon Marbury, who used to play for plenty teams, including the Knicks, the Minnesota Timberwolves, and others. But to make a long story short, not to bore you, I'll let you watch the documentary for yourself because I highly recommend it. It's very good because it is going to show you so much deepness about not only basketball, but the black culture itself and what happens sometimes. And what's the real problem in the black community? Not cops. What's the real problem? The real problem is the allowance of people to eat each other rather than pick each other up. I mean, this gentleman was a great player, this, that, the other, but came into the league and ran into all kind of problems. The league started to spit on him. The people started to spit on him. Everybody turned their back on him. And it's just like everything else in life, y'all. Just like everything else in life. You do something, you try to make something of yourself, and everybody wants to dog you, spit on you, call you all kinds of names, this, that, or the other. But everybody was cool with you when you were shining. Everybody was cool with you when you were winning and doing everything and taking everybody out for sizzle and all that. But as soon as the papers or the media or whatever starts to dog you, who's going to be around? Will you be there? Like the Michael Jackson song says, will you be there? You know, again, this documentary is great because what happens is he's eventually, I won't say banished, but I will say banished from the league. He is basically at a point where he's went from this mega don high school star, mega don college 1 year to the NBA, mega NBA star, mega great person. And then he's basically nothing because that's the way it is, right? They give you everything and then they tear you down. And then he decides to go to play, I believe, in Beijing or China. And he gets to experience a whole new world. No pun intended with Aladdin or nothing like that. But he gets to experience a brand new thing, a brand new area. And the people love him. They love him. They gravitate to him. And he's rebuilt over there. And it's so crazy to think about how you can go to another culture and be appreciated. But sometimes in America, these crazy leftists and these crazy followers don't think independently and they want to judge you. They want to go ahead and try to harm you and call you unworthy of anything and try to make you hurt yourself. They do. They don't care. If you hurt yourself, you know what they'll do? They'll show up at your funeral talking about, damn, man, that's messed up. I wish I could have did something. Wish I could have whatever. You did do something. You drove them to that. Don't you know that? But people love it. They love that juice. That's what they get off on. And so he went to Asia and they were loving on him. He won like 2 championships. And that's what the beautiful part of the story was for me. He went over there, got rebuilt, and then came back to America a whole new man. This is why I say it's important, if you have children, to make these kids travel. They need to get out this country to see what other things are like. We trying to fix this country right now, but they're around a bunch of haters right now. Your kids are around haters. Your uncles, your family members, they're around a lot of haters. I can tell you, because this country is breeding a culture that appreciates hate. And what I mean by hate, I don't mean necessarily Cain and Abel hate. I mean hate, jealousy. A lot of jealousy going around where people are trying to say, if I can't do something, you can't do something. And you say, well, I may be more anointed than you. I may have the ability to do it and you don't. No. If I can't do it, you can't do it. I don't like you. I hate you. Hate the fact that everybody likes you or everybody is showing you love and they're not showing me love. That's what we're bred around. You know what I mean? The most beautiful part about the story, though, I won't ruin it. I'm going to make another video about just this thing. This is how powerful this was to me. I'm going to make a whole nother video about it because I want you to go watch the movie right now, or watch the movie, because I think you'll be moved by it. But what I will say is this, that, the final scene of the movie is so deep. It's so deep. I'm going to make a whole video about it. It's so deep. And it's a documentary. Like I said, this is a documentary, but he's in a barbershop with a little kid. And this is all said and done. Done all the whole 9. Went to the NBA, China, got his life back, came back to New York, and he's in the barbershop in New York. And there's a little kid in there. And it's a replay on his life. So the little kid is like, I'm going to play basketball. I'm going to play basketball. And he tells the little kid, you could also be president. And the little kid is sitting in a barber chair, like, he's like 9 years old, like, and the dude tells him, he says, hasn't anybody ever told you that? Hasn't anybody ever told you could be president? And the little dude literally is like, no one's ever told me that. I was just trying to dribble and be a basketball player. And it literally brought the former Stephon Marbury, brought him to tears. It brought him to tears because it's like showing what's going on. This is what's going on in leftist Democrat culture in these cities. In these cities, they tell you got to dribble a ball or rap or you ain't getting out. That's just the way it is. That's what they're doing to people. That's what they've been doing to people. We understand that. We know that. This is nothing new to you. You know what's going on. Don't act surprised. So how are we sitting here continuing to say, this is America? I'm mad at America. This is America. You're choosing to be around these Democrat politicians. You choosing to be around these people that's doing this. This is your choice. Well, nah, because pastor said, no, I don't give a damn what your pastor said. Your pastor could be full of it right now. And you could tell him I said it. You could tell him I said it. Tell him to holler at me. I would love to tell him to his face, because I'll tell any pastor. Pastors don't want to see me, because when they see me, I'm coming with a whole nother gospel that they ain't even telling y'all about. They don't want to see me because I've been under the Vatican. I know more than they know. They don't want to see me. I promise you, because I'm going to read them their rights, and I'm going to tell them what they doing, and I'm going to tell them what Jesus really thought. And we'll tell them about common sense and how they telling you that they deserve a navigator, but none of Jesus' apostles deserve a navigator. They telling you that they deserve for you to pay their light bill, but none of Jesus and his followers paid, was getting their light bill, paid and all this other stuff, but they deserve it. So I guess they more anointed. See, when we start breaking stuff down to the most realest of its essence, they don't want to see, because they know that when you start bringing the truth and you start telling people, you have just as big a swamp in the spiritual game as you do in this political game. So everything you see in this political game with all these people you talk about, like Pelosi and Schumer and all these people, man, you got 10 times as many in the spiritual game. Y'all just not ready to have that conversation yet. But trust me, like I told you, on this page, I will address it. I will address them. and they may not like it, but they won't be able to retort. They won't be able to say anything back because I'm going to hit them with facts and common sense. And I'm going to let the audience decide who Jesus would really agree with. The person that's telling you that money don't really matter in this scenario, you get it sometimes, you won't have it. Life is about an ebb and flow. Or the people that's telling you that it's your due season and you get 10 times the money, like a pyramid scheme. If you give this money and then you're going to get a navigator in a big house and God is going to love you to the end and you're supposed to be blessed in a mansion. That's the God they talking about. But I guess they forgetting about the dude with cancer, or they forgetting about the other dude who's never had a break. God is, I guess he just don't like them. We have to be aware of what we're up against, who we're up against, and what exactly is going on right now in all our scenarios. We 100% do. That's why I was recommending this documentary, because I just stumbled upon it. I wasn't even watching it. It just came on and it caught me the first 5 minutes. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. This is dope. This is cool. This is nice. This is a kind of a rags to riches to rags. And usually in this storyline, the way this goes is rags to riches to rags. And then the dude gets taken out. And that's how they love it, because they love to tell that story, like, because they mad, they jealous, and they love it. They're like, man, he had everything, and then he fell off. Ha, man, if I was him. But this one is rags to riches to rags, and then he went to another country, and they put him on top again. Peep it. They put him on top. And then he came back with a whole new outlook that was like, I don't need basketball. I should have been the president. They could be the president. But in this neighborhood, they telling me, oh, I got to dribble a ball of rap to get out. That's what we need more of. So if you get a chance, check it out. Like I said, that's enough time for this video. I'm going to do a whole video on that end scene I told y'all about, because that was crazy. I'm going to do a whole video on that. It was that powerful to me. It was that powerful in that movie. But make sure you like, subscribe, share the video, hit the notification bell, ding, ding. Make sure you're preserving yourself, keeping yourself, blessed and decent on the outside and the inside. And remember, there's only two things important in this world, and both of them are love. All right, peace.